Hi there, my name is Janet Gershon-Siegel and I'm the Lonely Writer. This is serious social media help for the independent writer. An independent writer is defined as an author who does not yet have an agent. I am a master's degree candidate at Quinnipiac University, and this is my capstone project. Today I'm going to be talking about creating a Facebook page and how you would go about doing that. Now your first question might be, why select a page rather than a group? And I'm going to tell you that I think a group is not quite as good as a page. A group is more of a discussion sort of area, and if that's what you want, then that's totally fine. But it means that everybody's on an equal footing, so your own work might get lost in the shuffle versus everybody else's stuff. But if you want to market your own wares, then a page is better because as the site owner / administrator, you create the content and then others react to it. And that can include them dropping links. Understand that they might do that. And it might just be a couple of likes, or maybe they just read it. And you need to also understand that there may not be a lot of sharing of content, but that's pretty typical for pages. So it's not just you. We're all inundated with a lot of stuff on Facebook every day. So percentages are not necessarily going to be that high. But with a page, your marketing doesn't get lost in the shuffle. The look and feel is essentially what we're talking about is branding here. We've all noticed branding for our favorite commercial ventures, whether those are the shade of green for Starbucks and its products, or the use of spokesperson Flo from Progressive, or the backwards R in Toys R Us store signage, all of that stuff. You look at that and immediately you know where you are, you know who you're talking to. Now for your own Facebook page, your website, your Twitter stream, your background image, it pays to brand these items. Now you might say to yourself, well, it's just me and I'm not a big corporation. I don't have a lot of money. And believe me, I'm with you on that one. But it can be very subtle. It can be a color scheme. One of the things you may or may not have noticed here is that there is a specific green for the headers of these slides, and there is a specific shade of brick red for the body of them, and that is part of my branding. My logo is actually a couple of squares, one of each color next to each other. Not very exciting, not very big, but it's at least unique, and it's something that I created, and of course I've got permission to use, which is very important. How do you create a Facebook page? Well, one thing to remember is that Facebook is constantly changing their means of performing tasks. They move stuff around all the time. It's what's called A/B testing. What that means is they will test a different layout or color scheme, or they'll move the ads around, or they'll make them bigger or smaller. And the idea is because they want you to click more on the ads, of course, because that's how they make their money. This is why you might be let's say you're outside with your phone and you look at Facebook and the person next to you looks at Facebook and you're looking at the same page but it looks different. That's why. So currently the way to make a page, and that may change, is to click on Pages on the left side of your feed, then click on Create a Page. Sounds simple, right? Then select the page type. You want to pick artist, band, or public figure, that's the header, and then select either author or writer. Add your name and then click Getting Started. Why would you select writer or author? Which one's better? Well, a Google search for both terms reveals about twice as many hits for author over writer. That may or may not help you in terms of what you select for Facebook, however. Now, there's a lot of writers out there who are going to try to tell you that you can't call yourself an author unless you've been published. Or they might even make it more granular and try to sell you a bill of goods and say that you can't call yourself an author unless you've been published by a regular old publishing company, or maybe even one of the bigger publishing companies. That's a distinction without a real difference. Don't bother with that because most people use those terms interchangeably. Don't get hung up on it. You don't care really, when it gets right down to it, about that kind of minutia. What you care about more is what people will be searching for to find you and people like you. Pick that. Is that really it? Yeah, of course that's it. It's really simple, so now go ahead and make yourself an author page. Real easy. Once again, this is Janet Gershon-Siegel, the Lonely Writer, because an independent writer never has to be alone. Thanks for listening.